What's up guys, it is Dan and Nick back with Season 2 of F1 2021 Co-op Career Mode. We're still in the Williams, we're still slow as anything, but we can always try. This is race 1 of 20, we're sticking with the full season again. That will change for Season 3, we'll be going to 16 races. But of course the exciting part of this episode is that we get to see all of the new driver lineups. And we'll see those in just a moment as we go through the grid order. And now for the starting grid. So, after qualifying, I think it was fairly straightforward for us, but Yuki Tsunoda, the first of the driver changes, puts it on pole, followed by Lando Norris. Of course, he hinted at that last season. There we go, Verstappen and Perez the same, Hamilton and then Nick in P6, Ricciardo and Stroll, everything looking normal. Giovinazzi promoted to Aston Martin, and then I got P10. Ferrari lineup stays the same. Alonso and Gasly. Ocon and now Latifi has joined AlphaTauri. Bottas moves to Alfa Romeo, of course he's the world champion. And George Russell fits alongside him in the Alfa Romeo as well. Well, it's time to get on with it. It's Season 2.
Bahrain Grand Prix.
And the
Justin
lights.
Freshpot starts 6th.
The lights go out in the first race of the season. We're already 3 minutes behind, apparently, on board with Justin Freshpot into turn 1. It's a clean getaway.
A safe move.
All contact.
As he's pushed wide by Lance Stroll, but he keeps the position. Will he have to give it back? Will the FIA look favourably upon him? We cannot see. He's somewhere in there.
Radiant Slothz is in 11th as well, just outside of the points. So not doing too badly. This is on board the start with Radiant Slothz. Oh, okay. He was hit by Fernando Alonso and pulled into the back of Antonio Giovinazzi. This is going to be very hard to commentate on now that everyone's switched cars, even though we should be aware of who's in what at this point. Lance Stroll goes to the inside of Justin Freshpot and is not able to make the move. Lewis Hamilton does come back in though. And Radiant
Slothz flies into the pit lane. Almost rear ends Fernando Alonso.
I'm not even entirely sure why Alonso is in the pits. It looks like he's completely fine.
An alternate strategy maybe from Alonso as Radiant Slothz gets a regular pit stop.
Hard tyre goes on for the long haul. It's going to be a tough race going to the end on those. And he jumps Alonso. And we exit the pit lane. Back in 19th place. Brilliant. On board with
Justin Freshpot here. Coming into a yellow flag. He's overtaken through the yellow flags.
Because the AI in this game is perfectly balanced and fair and really well done by Codemasters as this battle
the Mercedes-powered Williams versus the Mercedes-powered Mercedes. And the Mercedes-powered Williams comes out on top.
The Mercedes-powered Lewis Hamilton, not happy about this, is going to come back in his Mercedes-powered Mercedes. Also behind is a Mercedes-powered Aston Martin Mercedes.
Powered by Mercedes as they come down the pit straight. Justin Freshpot here being swamped from behind. What can he do? He goes to the inside. He goes to the outside.
Late move there. Late move from the Williams, and there's some damage to Lance Stroll's side pod. I don't know if you can see the scuffs there underneath the branding. And he is
fireworks going off on lap 3.
Don't worry about the fireworks. That's just for effect. As Lance Stroll, Antonio Giovinazzi is still trying to get past Justin Freshpot.
Antonio Giovinazzi moving to replace Sebastian Vettel at Aston Martin. One of the few driver moves we had.
A logical choice, if you ask me.
There was no one else available.
And it's an engine issue for Giovinazzi. He's going slowly. And that
on his debut race.
On his debut race for Aston Martin, it has all gone wrong, and he is out of the race.
Mercedes-powered Aston Martin. That is worrying for the 900 other Mercedes-powered cars on the grid.
The reliability.
Will there be any other issues?
Here comes a Mercedes-powered Williams against a Mercedes-powered Aston Martin Mercedes in a Mercedes v Mercedes battle on the Mercedes straight.
Sparks flying out of the back of the Williams. You have to say, a fire hazard. Can he make the manoeuvre?
He goes to the
on
inside.
Lance Stroll.
And amazingly, the Williams is able to make an overtake, especially driven by that driver.
Still behind Giovinazzi, who is no longer in the race, but an overtake nonetheless.
And there is Giovinazzi on the right-hand side. Lance Stroll up the inside retakes the place. Or does he?
Maybe motivated by the failure of his teammate to get some points to the Aston Martin team, as we see Radiant Slothz coming back at him.
He definitely wants to retake this position, and the Williams is much better at a straight line than it used to be in the last season.
That Mercedes-powered engine easily powering ahead of the Mercedes-powered Aston Martin as Justin Freshbot flies into the pit lane. Lewis Hamilton, for no apparent reason, dummies a pit stop.
Yeah, that nearly cost him a position there.
A fast stop from the Williams boys.
It's quite interesting to see that Williams is very out of position as we see a magic front wing appear on the Williams of Justin
It didn't
Freshbot.
look like the Williams had damage, but he's got a new front wing anyway. As he flies out, leaving behind smoke in his pit crew's faces.
Lewis Hamilton left with a 10-second gap to make up after being held up by the Williams Mercedes as Radiant Slothz gets past.
The fireworks flying as the Williams comes out of the pit lane. He's now behind his teammate. Will we see team orders?
Lance Stroll about to make an overtake on another Williams, but is not able to hook it round the outside on this occasion. Unfortunately, the excellent camera shots that you see here are cut short because nothing ever happens when something goes to that camera angle.
Radiant Slothz now flying down the pit straight,
There's
reaching
Lewis Hamilton
speeds of 80 miles an hour. Can he hold it round the outside of Lewis Hamilton?
He's going to go on the attack. He's not going to be able to get past. Charles Leclerc has been overtaken by Justin Freshbot. And here we go. Oh, he's going to go down between the two of them. This is a sandwich and a half. He's somehow done it. He's got through, but he's stuck on Lewis Hamilton. He's collided with
Lewis Hamilton, but he's made the manoeuvre.
Somehow, did
Justin
not take
Freshbot looking for a move.
It's all
Lewis Hamilton going slowly.
It's all going Williams' way at the moment. They've got two cars in the points and in good points-paying positions.
Will Radiant Slothz finish? We will find out as he cuts across the front of Carlos Sainz on those hard compound tyres.
And no DRS for him as they come down the pit straight. This is going to be very difficult to defend from.
The Mercedes-powered Mercedes and the Ferrari-powered Ferrari.
Oh, look.
They're free wide. Justin Freshbot sees an opportunity.
Oh, and he's misjudged it. He's misjudged it. His teammate gets past. Radiant Slothz tries to fight back on Carlos Sainz. I don't think it's going to work. Although he is giving chase with the DRS coming down the inside.
Huge pack of cars here now. You have to say, being held up by the Williams pairs. Erratic driving.
Desperate to keep some
Radiant
points.
Slothz
Goes wide. He might
loses
have damage.
A position.
Chaos coming on behind him. The two new Alpha Tauri lineup drivers for this season.
The Alpine
and his contact
hits the Williams and spins him into the wall. You have to say, for really no apparent reason, as Justin Freshbot gets going again.
Pierre Gasly not happy.
Swearing at the Frenchman.
Not happy. Radiant Slothz now defending from Nicholas Latifi, the new Alpha Tauri driver. Down the pit straight. He's probably faster if he had DRS, but on this occasion he does not, so it's a battle on the brakes. Unfortunately though, the hard tyre is beginning to wear out and he has lost the position. Small corner cut there to try and gain an advantage.
Lost. Cheating. Now pushing Lance Stroll off the track.
Defends it.
He runs wide.
Oh, he's got better traction out of the corner, but unfortunately we're coming down here again and he does not have very good turn in there. And Lance Stroll
coming now into the hairpin. He's already lost the position. He's now holding up 4 cars, including a Haas. Justin Freshbot flies in for another pit stop in his new helmet, I think.
No, the new helmet.
remember when I changed
The
it.
new helmet's not out yet, but he does
I
have.
probably should have
one
changed it
on
for the
order.
start of the season.
There is one on order. He has been told recently that Amazon have got a delay in shipping, unlike the front wings, which are instant delivery. Some would say
Could this
too
be an
fast.
attempt for fastest lap from the Williams going onto the soft compound tyre?
Or is he hoping for a safety car this late in the game? As Radiant Slothz now under attack from Charles Leclerc runs wide again. There must be damage on that Williams. It's going to be a drag race down to the final corner. The Ferrari has met its match finally, and he loses the place to Charles Leclerc, but he's not going to give it up. He's going back at him again. All the other cars
No
behind
DRS
him
for the Williams.
want them to
He
get
goes
out
to
of the
push him
way.
into the pit wall. The Alfa Romeo now looking for an overtake.
Radiant Slothz
Will Radiant Slothz collide with someone?
loses the position. Maybe
He hits
slight
Charles
contact.
Leclerc.
Slight contact there as George
He
Russell,
thinks about
the
a
new
track extend.
the rookie in Formula One, recently signed with Alfa Romeo, goes up the inside
George
as well.
Russell famously replaced at Williams by Radiant Slothz, so he is out for vengeance here as he easily gets past, as does Mick Schumacher.
And there's
Radiant Slothz with a huge track extend, loses 2 more positions, 3 more positions.
definitely damage on that Williams. That is too much to carry on with. He comes into the pits for a fastest lap attempt. And possibly a front wing. We shall see momentarily. The only 2 cars to have pitted twice in this race are both Williams.
A lot of smoke from the car. A slow stop. We do not get to see the front wing.
But we could probably
he's
imagine
off.
that they took one off and another one instantly reappeared. And he goes
Will he
on
get the
his way.
fastest lap?
There's
As his teammate flies past.
with an aggressive move there on the pit
His
exit.
teammate covers the line as the 2 Williams now racing.
One of the
Wheel
first
to
times
wheel.
that we've seen the 2 Williams teammates racing, but it will be a very straightforward attack for Radiant Slothz. Newer tyres, DRS.
DRS.
Justin Freshbot weaving all over the place. There's contact. They touch wheels.
Claire Williams is having a panic attack right now watching these 2, even though she's not the team principal anymore. I just don't know who is.
A man who's bold and has glasses is now the team principal, and he will. That was a very late move from Justin Freshbot to block Radiant Slothz there.
Claire Boulding, the new team principal of Williams, as they come across the line for a disappointing result.
As you'd expect. Driver of the day, Nicholas Latifi.
Well, on his debut, you know, he's really impressed driving a slow Alpha Towering. He's finished in whatever position.
But he did get some very nice t-shirts from the team. And
The man who looks slightly like Zach Brown celebrating there. A win for Lando Norris in the Mercedes-powered McLaren.
the Mercedes-powered McLaren. I've dropped my
Sponsored by
my
Dell.
drink lid as he comes onto the podium.
Yuki Tsunoda, in his first race for Mercedes, picks up 2nd place.
Couldn't quite convert his pole position into a win, but it's a podium nonetheless. And Sergio Perez with P3.
Making a mess of the camera.
The frame rate goes to shit as we conclude the podium, and that is all. Okay, and here we are with the points. Well, it's going to be the same standings as you saw in the finishing order of the race. Of course, Lando Norris picks up maximum points with Yuki Tsunoda and Sergio Perez coming in 2nd and 3rd. So those are the top 3 in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. You can see we're way down near the bottom because of our disastrous race. And Williams as a team, still 10th. McLaren, Red Bull and Mercedes are leading the constructors. Catch you in the next one.